Hello, everybody. Me and Roger are going to go into his paranormal experience tonight and finish what we previewed for you guys earlier. So, we're just going to start from the beginning so that if you missed that first one, because it's been a little bit, if you missed that first one, you don't have to worry about it. Um, we're going to start from the beginning. Um, he prefers to not be on camera at this time, but we're just gonna go with it this way instead. So you were a kid.
Yeah, I was 11 years old. This happened in 1987. This particular story, um, my little brother's birthday is in July, and I know we had just celebrated his birthday. At the time, we were living at out in the country, small little town called Rural Retreat. I've tried to find the house, and I can't. Um, I have an older brother who was there and witnessed the accounts. He doesn't want to partake in any of the stories. Excuse me. Um, but he said he still has a good friend that lives close by, and that the house is down. It just collapsed.
Right.
It wasn't demoed. It just fell apart. It's over. When we moved in, it was so big. It had to have been a plantation home. The way it sat on the property, um, all around was farmland, and closed down old lumber mill down the road.
And you were moving from a smaller place, right?
Right. We had rented a small house in town that was too small. At the time, it was my mother, stepfather, my older brother, me, and my younger brother. Any person that came to the house didn't like it. Every family member that I know that went inside the house scared them, except for my grandmother. And at the time, my mother didn't, she believed in ghosts, but we stayed so busy. We were
Right.
doing gardening work, constantly mowing lawns. We had a push mower, and there was acres and acres of fields that
Yeah.
we had to,
Try to keep up with.
yeah, absolutely, because Frank was hardly home. He would leave way early in the morning to go to work. Um,
Oh yes, so it was just you boys and your mom.
Mostly. Now, I had a cousin who lived in town. She had just gotten married. It was her first husband. Uh, she didn't come by too often. She just didn't like the place.
Hmm.
She is a very spiritual person, but I don't know if she had any experiences there. Whatever was in that house, I don't think it was human.
Right. You don't think it was ever human?
No. People tell ghost stories and say they saw outline of a man, a
Right.
child, a
Right.
woman, of whatever
Some
era
kind of.
clothes.
Yeah.
No, it was like a darkening mass. No matter how much light was in a room, you could tell where it was. You could feel where it was before you turned to notice it.
So did you like physically see a black cloud, or just the whole room was darker?
It's not really like a cloud.
Would only be gloomy in certain areas, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Just the best way I can say it is like a darkening mass. You
Yeah.
could see through it
Right.
for the most part, but you could feel the anger and the hate. I could coming from it. It terrified me as a
Right.
child. Would wake me up in the middle of the night, shaking my bed. Now, we had heavy duty wooden bunk beds.
Sure. In the 80s, they made furniture to last.
It was solid wood. They were
Right.
so
Right.
heavy. Now, when you wake up to your bed being dragged across the floor,
Right.
or only one of the feet touching the floor as you're being
And
shaken,
you're a
rocked,
little. You not a little kid, but you know, preteen.
your cover being pulled off of you,
Yeah.
it disappears under the bed.
So
I
you're of
swear,
course not gonna grab it.
I've always been a heavy sleeper. And this thing would wake you up to mess with you, to scare you.
Hmm.
Now, it would call to me and talk to me like my older brother, but it wasn't his voice.
Right. So not in a mimic kind of way,
Kind of. It would absolutely
but
try to imitate what he would say, but not his tone. Me and my
right.
older
You
brother,
knew for sure.
we have very deep voices.
Mm.
So, I mean, it would sound like my brother, but it wouldn't be him.
So the
While I'm
words.
waking up, I'm like, okay, what does he want?
Yes.
What's going on? Because he's 6 years older than me. 5 years. Sorry, 5 years. So at the time, he's 16,
Right.
and always, always, my stepfather was retired military. He believed in children obeying.
Correct.
Okay. When he was little, he had a real bad fever. His mother was a bad alcoholic, didn't take him to the doctor. Well, he collapsed in school and they took him to the emergency room, the hospital, and he had some kind of fever, but he lost all of his childhood. This happened to him while he was middle school.
Oh my.
He lost all his memories. It didn't remember his name, nothing.
From the fever that he had.
Right.
So
It was
it
so
was like
bad.
rheumatic fever or something.
He told me what it was, but I
Right.
can't
Right.
remember. But yeah, no, it was bad. Um, so most of his memories are from
That
being broke down and rebuilt by the military. Okay. Me and my brother, we're hellions. We're
And he had those
hard to take.
expectations for you guys.
Right.
Yes.
And we're foul mouthed. I started smoking at 8. I was sneaking off, stealing cigarettes from my brother,
Right.
and we were going outside to smoke. And eventually, I went from lookout to
Participant.
Right.
Yeah.
so it was always something. Never got along, and he was very physically and mentally abusive.
Yeah.
Um, him and my older brother argued over splitting wood and mowing and doing gardening work, and it became a physical altercation. My brother He's always been a big guy.
Right. Muscle wise, bigger guy, not.
Yeah, short,
Right, right.
stocky. Um, and he always had this when he was talking down to you. He would poke real hard,
Yeah.
get in your face, and poke, and poke. You're gonna do this. Ain't gonna be no
Right,
back talk.
right.
You're gonna go over there. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Which is disrespectful and
Definitely hard to get used to because we didn't have a father figure.
yeah. Before that,
with-
it was just you and your mom.
with
You
Mom.
guys and your yeah.
So when I got older, me and Frank fought a lot.
Of course.
But at the time, it became physical. They started. Frank hit Mark. He flipped out. Mark beat the snot out of him and got so mad he didn't realize what he was doing.
Right. Be careful.
They were arguing by a window, and he pushed his head through the window,
Oh man.
and the way the big square window,
Yeah.
the way it broke, you could see him weighing with just pushing his head down
Oh Lord.
on the glass.
But he thought about it.
My mother and my grandmother grabbed it.
Yeah.
Well, the whole time, Frank still going. You're gonna get the hell out of my house.
Right.
Calling the police right now. They were rougher with Mark. When he got in trouble living with me and Mom over Frank,
Yes.
his father lived in another state, and their solution to Frank and him not fighting was ship him off to his dad.
Right. One of them to leave.
He had a horrible life at his dad's. He had family there, but I mean, okay, I'm getting sidetracked.
The bed shaking
Yeah, okay,
and the rooms being dark.
okay. Well, we had moved back north this way to Virginia because my grandmother was ill.
Yes.
So we were living in Florida. We packed everything up and just came. Well, she got to feeling worse, so she come to stay with us at the house. The house was big enough.
Yes. Grandbaby, guys. Sorry about that.
My girl. Okay. My grandmother was very Christian, very devout. She didn't go to church. She didn't have to. She read the Bible every day.
Right.
When she first came to stay there, it was a different house. Almost like she scared it off.
So it stayed.
Just her
it
presence
kept it at bay for a
kept
bit.
it away.
Yeah.
Well, it may have even been whatever that was causing problems within my family.
That's very true.
My mother would not talk about it except for the night she made us leave. She told her husband that she was taking the kids and her mother and leaving, and he could stay if he wanted the house, but we're gone.
Our grandbaby's in there singing, so you guys are gonna get serenaded while we're talking.
Okay, so this particular night, um, in the summer, still stinking hot. It was July.
Right.
Nighttime, it was, if you wasn't outside working, it was go outside and play anyway. It was just our
Yes.
generation.
Did you have air conditioning?
No, it was an old
That's what I
farmhouse.
thought. That's what I thought.
There wasn't even, there was a coal stove in the living room,
Yeah.
and to get it through the rest of the house, there were the square vents that you could see through or use for
Yes.
country telephone, intercom, to holler at somebody
Right.
else.
Yes.
Um, so mainly by fans and stuff would push the.
Right. So hot
Yeah, the
in
living room
July.
was a
Yes.
1,000 degrees, but everywhere
Of
in the house was
course.
freezing.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm in the bathtub, la di da, playing with toys,
Sure.
whatever, sitting there, and then I feel it, and I didn't see it, but instantly got scared. I knew I could feel it. I just couldn't see it.
Yes. So you knew you weren't alone.
Right. Um, so I'm looking around, and sure enough, it got a little darker. Light flickered a couple times. Every time it flickered, I'd stop breathing. I mean,
Of course.
scared to death. You could feel hate. The, it wanted to hurt you. It wanted you gone.
And you're trying to just take a bath and let it go. Just
Just being a dumb kid, washing my
try to.
tail,
Yes.
playing with toys.
Yes.
When they holler and say it's been long enough, you get
Right.
out. Okay. Well, I had gotten used to just being paranoid. What if it's in there? What if it's over here? What
Right.
if... So the bathroom door was open. It was a long rectangular shaped room. I'm looking at the doorway while the light's flickering and it slams shut. Then the room gets even darker. I could hear almost like breath.
Huh.
Stuff started flying off the shelf, the sink, toilet. I told myself, if I don't get him out of this bathtub, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna kill me. Something. So I get up.
So nobody told you that. You know, he didn't say anything
No, I
to
could just
you,
almost
but
like it was breathing.
you got the. It gave you that feeling. You
Absolutely.
knew.
So I get up, no towel, nothing,
Out.
hauling tail
Yes. Yes.
out, just straight out the door. Slip and fell in the kitchen because it was old linoleum. Get up, keep running.
Yes.
Till I passed adults or seen somebody else, I was
Not
booking.
slowing it down. Yes.
Right. Barely breathing, just running, running.
Did you feel like it was following you, or
Absolutely, you can feel it.
yes,
I'm
while
not
you were running,
absolutely
you
like it was almost about to
grab.
get you. I'm covered with cold chills.
Right.
So my stepfather sees me, sees the mess I made, hears me falling in the kitchen, more water,
Running through the house.
running through the house and making a mess. He's whipping my ass.
Is he a believer, or
Uh,
he thinks you guys are just?
He was not until we lived
Okay, so he thought, why is this crazy ass kid running through the house naked,
there. Just he
making water mess every day, going where?
right military. If I can't see it,
Then
if
it's
I
not
can't
there.
shoot it, it don't exist.
Yes.
Not a threat.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, so he's beating my ass,
for
and
making a mess.
right, and mom's trying not to pay attention to him whipping me.
Yeah.
Wasn't really a whipping. He had a barber strap, an old razor, straight razor edge
Right.
pointer,
Right.
and he'd hit you with it a
Yeah.
lot. Not just your ass, your back,
Right.
your legs.
Right.
Um,
Rules for stuff like that was a lot different in the 80s too.
yeah,
What they classified as abuse and what they classified as, and plus you're not going to tell anybody
no,
because then you're gonna get them in trouble, and so
yeah.
they pretty much disciplined however they feel like it.
Well, my grandmother hears me hollering, and all the noise from Frank whipping the snot out of me.
Yep.
She come downstairs, and in the calmest tone ever, she said, "Don't you hit him again." He stopped, let go of me, and went back to his chair.
Well,
She told me to come with her, and we went upstairs where she had almost like an apartment. Her own bathroom upstairs, which was just commode and sink. It was a half bath.
right.
Um, kitchen sink, no heat source. She had little them coil wires, electric heaters.
Yes.
She had a couple of them down. She had a bedroom, a room she could use for a living room, and another giant room that is as big as this dining room, kitchen, and living room put
Oh, so she
together.
had like the
Just the
whole
sort.
upstairs
The
or
other
half of
half
the.
of the house
Okay.
upstairs.
Okay.
The only one room that me and my brother used was our bedroom.
Yes, that was up there as well.
Huge home. Um, and she asked me what happened, what was going on, and I told her. She says, "Well, don't move. I'll be back." She went downstairs. Of course, I listened to what my grandma was
Of course.
saying. So, sitting there, and she's gone for a few minutes. She comes back, and she says, "It'll be okay. It can't hurt you," or something to the extent of, "It's gone for or gone for now. Don't worry about it." And then again for a few weeks, nothing.
Right. No kind of even bad feelings in the
No bad
place
feelings.
or
No waking up in the middle of the night. No nothing
bed
talking to you.
shaking, blankets getting.
Nothing. Nothing.
Right. Right.
Um, yeah, but the house literally scares the hell out of me, and I still want to go to the property to confront whatever's there or see if it's still
Right. Now, if it was demonic, then it should be tied to the land instead of the home. So, like you said, it should still
there.
be, unless it's happened to other families after that, and someone has been able to get rid of it.
I don't think so. The man we were renting the house from was a pastor for a church, a local church. And I don't mean country backwoods church like snake handlers
Right.
and
Right.
craziness.
An actual
An
Church
honest to
of
God
God type
Baptist
church.
preacher.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Looking back, he never went to the property
Hmm.
ever. I think he knew whatever was there, and it scared him.
Yeah.
I just don't understand as an adult now. I don't know why a preacher would be scared.
Right. maybe his faith wasn't strong enough for whatever it was.
but he still had enough faith to deliver the word.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. Well, what finally was the last straw? What what was it that made you guys leave that place?
Okay, my aunt lived close by in a little town called Speedwell, Virginia. She had very poor health all her life. She's been going through dialysis since she was a child. She was sick.
Yeah.
My grandmother went to help her with her children.
Oh, so she was out of the house.
She wasn't there.
Yep.
So, in bed, asleep, out. I wake up to hear my mother screaming, top of her lungs. She did not scare easy.
Right.
You met my mother, you
Oh
know.
yes, yes. Very tough lady.
She said it was telling her that it was going to kill her children. It woke her up talking to her. And she said when she looked through the upstairs vent, she saw flames and a face.
Right.
It talking to her.
Yes.
So she instantly got up,
Hmm.
commanded it to leave. Then she started believing the stories that
Thinking back to what you guys had been saying.
me and my brother had been telling her.
Yeah.
My younger brother was messed with too, but the only thing he can really recall and remember is just bad dreams, bad dreams.
Right. Right. And now, if you guys want more on this story, his younger brother has said he's willing to participate in a phone conversation, you know, if we want to continue on. So if you guys want to hear more about it, just leave us some comments and let us know. Um,
Any legitimate questions, I'll do my best to honestly answer.
but, and that's when your mom,
But that was the night,
yeah,
and it
she
was
just
like
packed up her kids and said,
3:30 ish. I know it was so dark,
yeah,
and we took very little from that house. Very
that
little.
night or just all
That night,
together.
that night, me, mom, and my brothers never went back there.
Oh,
Frank went back
and got
with
stuff.
our cousin's new husband,
Gotcha.
grabbed what he could quickly.
Yes.
We left lots
Just to get out of there.
just to get out, to go.
And then you didn't go back.
No, no.
Where did you go
From
at
from
3 a.m.?
right. We went to Speedwell
Oh, to the aunt.
and grandmother,
Okay.
and us kids were told to go to bed.
Yep.
The adults stayed up, drank coffee all night long.
Talked about what had just happened.
When
And,
the sun came
right.
up, our stepfather was right there. Get up, get out of bed, go outside, play, or do something creative.
Yeah. Yeah.
From there, we went to Wytheville, Virginia, and at the time, the apartment complex was called Arrowhead Apartments,
Okay.
but it was kind of like based on your income, Section 8 for back
Yes.
then.
Yes.
But we were only there until Frank had found a trailer and property in Abingdon, Virginia.
Oh, well, we appreciate you sharing your story.
I'm sorry it's late. I've been promising you I'd do it.
It's okay. And is there anything else you want to say about it? I mean, and hopefully we will get to go and check it out. And if we do, we'll post that.
Right.
Um, as long as, depending on how it goes when we go, because if something happens that you're not comfortable with sharing, because you never know what may occur when you go back there.
That's true.
So if it's something you're not comfortable
Well,
sharing, then we
I have
won't.
enough belief in me now that I'm not scared of it.
Right, you're
I
not
want
11
to
years
confront
old.
it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So, but
I
if there's
don't
any
really know what to
questions,
end with other than there's your
right?
story. And I love you.
Thank you. If there's any questions, comments, just
Mind your
let us know. And the singing in there is extra.
No extra charge.
Our little 7-month-old granddaughter, she's having herself a ball in there. But she's waiting on her pop pop to get done so he can get back to
so I can
her.
go in there and play and we can sing.
Yeah, she loves that pop pop. So we're gonna go for now, but we appreciate your time and we hope you guys enjoyed the story. And well, it's not a story, honest to goodness. It really is a paranormal experience. It honestly happened. So if you have any questions or comments or anything, just leave them for us. We appreciate it. Thank you guys. Bye.